All right, welcome back to the studio, and with me I have Mr. Shomole Inuma, who is the Assistant Secretary General of the Guild of Public Affairs Analysts, Japan. Thank you so much for coming today. Yes, and I have Dr. Felix Olorunda, who is a Public Affairs Analyst and a Certified Protection Professional. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we've seen the reports. I think one of the stories that has been on for throughout this week is Naira abuse. And in efforts to preserve the integrity of the Naira, the CBN Act 2007 Section 21 states that spraying, dancing, marching on the Naira, writing on the note, stapling the note, tearing the note, soiling, selling, rejecting the Naira, which is refusing to accept the Naira as legal tender, and even money bouquet are all stated as Naira abuse. And I think now the question on everyone's mind is this act has been in existence since 2007. So why does it look like the enforcement is so hard now? Probably we should start with Mr. Shomole. Has the question also been on your mind, or you're probably not one of those people that has thought about it?
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things that saddens one. You know, there are cultures that you can't really be proud of.
Okay.
You can't step and dance and march on Naira or any currency, and for whatever reason, whatever event or ceremony you are having, and you feel so joyous about, you know, celebrating it. I think it demands we all observe decorum in whatever we do and get a bit civilized.
Okay.
So, and I feel more like EFCC has actually given more publicity to those they took to the courts. You know, I'm talking of the Bobri and the Cubana priest and all that. Cubana priest actually felt like someone having fun because he didn't. The way I saw him, you know, he was having fun.
He was casual about it.
He was casual. It was fun, and he actually said money and water.
Wow.
You know, because he didn't see anything wrong in it, and it has become cultural that we trample upon our currency. It is not just because it projects undue exhibitionism, but the way we go about it. I think since General Murtala Muhammad was assassinated in 1976, yes, I think thereabout, the culture of low profile has practically died with him. So you need to come with showmanship for you to be seen to be doing something or to be recognized. It's unfortunate. There are better, more decent ways of appreciating a celebrant and getting to show your you know,
gift.
Yes, you can't just begin throw Naira, throw the dollars. I mean, and it's so filmed, then it tells so much about your culture, your personality.
All right, let's have Mr. Felix. I mean, this act has been, like I said earlier, this act has been there since 2007. And it just feels like it's now we are seeing, you know, the related agencies jumping on this and being all serious about it.
Yeah, I think up till now we're seeing more of advocacy, trying to sensitize the public that this is wrong, this is against our law, this is our national pride, don't do it. And now, because of the new leadership that we have at the peak of the FCC as a commission, and it's bringing a new energy, which is right. So it's okay. It's a good way to start. At least with those prosecution that we are seeing, maybe it will serve a trend to others to know that even if you have it in so much quantity and you want to display it, maybe now that you're risk going to
display it in a better way.
You know, because our currency is a national pride, so we can't have, and it's not giving the youth, you know, because this speaks to the youth more that you know, you can just go and start spending in a night millions of naira. and using that to stone people on stage, as if they are stoning them. And, that's ridiculous. And we should not even get to that level because it doesn't portray as civilized people. So this is something that is on the global stage now. So it's good that we are seeing these actions. We hope it continues, and we hope people will learn lessons from it.
Okay. So just as Mr. Felix has just mentioned, do you think the related agencies has done enough or did enough in heightening and creating awareness about this? Because I could remember way back, you'd see adverts of, don't do this with the Naira. But I would say that for a couple of years now, you don't really see such. So do you think the related agencies, the ACC, the CBN and the rest, do you think they did enough in creating awareness? Yes, the people we knew that, yes, there was something, called Naira abuse, or probably like reminding them that, okay, this is the punishment for doing this and doing that to the Naira. Do you think they did done enough?
In my own opinion, they did enough, because it's not just the FCC. I've seen a couple of adverts put out there by CBN about Dr. abuse in Naira.
Recently? How many years ago?
It's been consistent in a while. It's just that maybe the way they do it is not on a daily basis or whatever. But I think I've seen a couple of their adverts telling people, even the newspapers and all that, no abuse in Naira is illegal, it's criminal and all of that. But I think it's not enough. They can still do more. Okay,
let's have Mr. Shomole's point. But, like he said, adverts. But we saw that in the act, soiling the Naira, tearing the Naira, stapling the Naira is also Naira abuse. And I would at some point say that our market women, our business people would definitely be found wanting for one or two. It's either you're soiling the Naira. I'm sure you've gotten a note where you saw someone write something on it, which of course is already a Naira abuse. Yes. So do you agree with Mr. Felix that enough awareness has been created on how big this crime is and the punishment that comes with it?
I can't remember.
Especially to the grassroots.
I can't remember the last time I saw any.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember. Look, practically the National Orientation Agency is crying that they are underfunded. So if NOA has come out to say we don't have money to do any of our jobs, so how are they supposed to? Will Galaxy run that? Galaxy TV is on generator 247. Would they run that advert for free? No. So what we are saying is that you must fund. I don't know if anyone will remember what happened during the Babangida time with MAMSA. You would think MAMSA, was behind your house. The advocacy was so consistent. The advocacy was so, aggressive. So every 5 minutes on any radio station you tune into, any TV, MAMSA is with you there. Don't do this. You can't smoke in the public, and all that. So, but let's go to the NOA's DG's office and ask him the budget he has to run with. It's non-existent. So what we are saying is that you say I got to learn, but no one is ready to teach me. Apologies to Coolio and the gang. So what we are saying is that you want to teach people. You ask them not to do something, but you are not teaching them. You are not scapegoating. You understand? And the few you have gotten apprehended, they feel like they are having fun, and they're like waving like political office holders at the courts. So what we are saying is that you have to be serious as a government, driving the message. Let the citizens live with the message in the newspapers, in the radio, on the TV, every minute, after each program. But put enough budgets so that we will know that, oh, look, like the former president of Ghana, John Kufuor, said that some of these things are cultural.
Yes.
And we are being so conformed. So it will take a big job to... Now, when you read Dr. Joda, that's a cashless economy, you will even see that these things we seem to have spent so much and is bringing nothing from it. Because we have done so much as a government to preach cashless. And you still see people, because of that cultural, background and the conformity, they still go and bring that money, throwing it. I mean, stoning someone with currency. So that's not civil. That's not civil. And The National Orientation Agency can do more. They can do more.
All right, so you just spoke about cashless policy.
Yeah.
Yes, and we could all recall when the whole cashless policy thing came and how it had so much negative effect on the people. But now looking at this Naira abuse that is on the rise now, is probably cashless bringing back the whole, cashless thing going to like be a remedy to, helping out with this Naira abuse issues we're currently having now?
Are you okay? The cashless almost killed the whole country, because of the implementation. So you can do the right thing in a wrong way, like Emefiele did it, rather than the right thing being done in the right way, square pegs in square holes. But we didn't do that. So we decided to send lots of souls to early graves with the implementation. So any implementation must have and must come with human face. Yes.
All right.
All right. So, well, I think what we need to do, I think in terms of advocacy, I can remember way back when this Naira abuse advocacy started. You see that even the market women have been trained that don't put money in your hair and they will show you it's negative. Don't put it in your. So I think those adverts continue to run. Those is relevant or is relative to how much money, because it doesn't come cheap really. And I don't going to continue to do it forever. Because when you are trampling on the Naira, you should know that is wrong. It's not, even if it's not criminal, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't, because that's our national pride. And when you go to party and you see people trampling on the Naira, anybody that's sensible enough, mature enough, will know that this is wrong. Or when you start stoning people with the Naira on stage, you know we are not doing something that is sensible. So, I mean, you don't really need so much advocacy for anyone to tell you that what you are doing is right.
Okay. So I like Mr. Oshombole said, I think this whole spraying of Naira thing is already like a cultural thing, It's like you can't go to a party and they don't spray Naira. Just something is missing. But I mean, speaking about awareness, I feel with this whole court case that is going on, it's a huge because it has drawn so much attention and everyone is so mindful of, next time I have to, be careful. But now, how relevant is this fight against economic and financial crimes? Now, looking at the whole Naira news thing, how do you think it will, how do you see it affecting the financial part of the country? Let me put it that way. Yes. Okay, let's start with
why not? You have, I've had a couple of comments about this EFCC having to come so low, having to deal with issues of arresting the Bobrisky of this world for spraying Naira and Naira abuse, all that. It's unfortunate anyway, because the EFCC, I'm sure this Naira abuse regulation and all that is part of their within the scope of their responsibilities and all that. But when you see a governor, a former governor, hold up in his mansion, and an incumbent governor drove in with his security aide, to give him a getaway, so to say, that, I mean, I don't know where this can happen except this country. You understand? You had EFCC right there, laid siege, or, this is becoming ridiculous because you've always had them, they laid siege for one day, for 24 hours, and the question has always been, why laying siege? Can't you go in there? So, you laid siege on Yahya Bello. You understand? And Ododo drove in, went through your barricade, went in there, the same building you couldn't access. The Ododo came in, went in there, and you allowed him. We have police personnel within the EFCC. We have same police personnel within Ododo's escort. So what you have there is that police was divided and compromised. So loyalty not to the fatherland but to individuals. Now, and Bello was whisked away without any rancor, no issues at all. So juxtapose that to come back to the responsibilities of EFCC, to having to arrest Bobrisky and Kubana Priest for spraying money. No, just let's juxtapose the crimes, you know, and the more serious crime that should attract serious attention, you know, and force. So how do you then expect the guy on the street to take EFCC to take them seriously? That you allowed someone who was accused and is still being accused of, I mean, bolting away with about 18 billion naira. 8, right? 80 billion naira. 80.4 billion. You understand? So you left that and you appeared helpless, but only to go after the Bobrisky for spraying the currency. So you can, I mean, if let's assume we are so kind of daft and we have no idea how to go about it, we can as well learn. Let's learn from the FBI's. Let's learn from other countries, the way they do their thing. I mean, let's understand it. And I know they are learning. But that will to grow this country, to move this country forward, is the patriotism is not there. So there is loyalty to individual than to the fatherland.
To the fatherland. All right. So still in the CBN Act 2007, it was clearly stated that the Naira shall be the legal tender in Nigeria at their face value for payment of any amount. Yet we've seen businesses and institutions reject Naira in preference to dollar or other currency. And in this act, rejecting the Naira as legal tender is also Naira abuse. So what do we have to say about this? I think some years back, the House of Reps also clampered on this. You know, I think they addressed it and all of that. But what do we have to say about it? Because aside from the whole spraying of money and all of that, this is also an issue. We've seen situations whereby airlines in Nigeria, you know, prefer to collect dollar over in Naira. Some, we've even heard, even schools prefer to be paid, yes, tuition fees, yes, $1 over Naira. So what do we have to say about that?
I think that is wrong, and it's been stated very clearly that you don't dollarize our economy, because that will affect our Naira. So when school fees are being charged in dollars, airline tickets will be paid in dollars, it's clearly wrong. And the EFCC have made very good statement about that, and even the CBN, and they are the lead agencies in trying to protect our currency, because our currency remains our pride, and we have to protect our economy. So when you dollarize our economy, and so bills are being paid, settlements are being made in dollars, when we are not in America, we are still in Nigeria, we have our currency. And I think the EFCC is also going about arresting people who schools. I've seen out there in the media that there are schools that are charging in dollars. School, and they have gone there to say, no, you can't do that. Please, you have to charge in Naira. Because by the time those payments are made in local currency, it's a way of adding value to our own currency. And I want to say something about what my colleague said about, you know, what we have, the problem we have with our law enforcement agencies, that there's no interagency collaboration. You know, when you don't have interagency collaboration, EFCC, most of the work they do are being done by policemen. Okay? They have policemen collaborating with them, with their agents. They have their own men trained in Nigeria. So you have to have at the top level, okay, of leadership, you have to have interagency collaboration. By the time you're going into trying to arrest the former Kogi State governor, you know, he's being protected as he's still entitled to his police security. So you must collaborate to say, okay, well, you just go there, and now the ADC, the former ADC, has been, you know, arrested and all of that. So they need to do a lot of housekeeping to be able to, so that they don't watch their dirty men outside, because we've seen all of this. We see it happen to Risha Okorosha, the same laying siege, and the police on this side and police on the other side. So they need to do more of, I believe the leadership of EFCC and the IG should be able, and the police should be able to go and have a meeting. When we're going for this thing, why not have a discussion? Why not have a collaboration? Why not straighten out? Because you know that when you go there, you will also meet your colleagues who are bringing and who are protecting. So you want to go in and, you know, see them, you know, And we see a lot of this. This is not adding value to
Value.
the way we do our law enforcement here in Nigeria.
All right. Let's have Mr. Shomole's last words on this issue.
Yes. We, as Mr. Felix rightly pointed out there, you have EFCC going to take Yahya Bello in, and I thought I thought the right thing to have been done would have been to withdraw his security aids. First and foremost, you withdraw his, because you claim to have had a court warrant, or court order to arrest him. So you went there to go there and sit there and waste time. I mean, trying to get some Hollywood movie shot or what? I don't know. So because if his security aids had been withdrawn, it wouldn't take you 5 minutes before you take him into custody. So I think we can do better. We can do better going forward.
Okay, all right, so we can do better going forward. And with that, we'll just quickly